Power, fame, money, these are the things many people crave. They are intoxicating, they can be corrupting. What happens when those in power abuse it? What happens when the facade of fame hides a much darker reality? We've seen it time and again. Powerful men celebrated by the world, revealed to be hiding terrible secrets. Today we're talking about Sean Combs, better known as Diddy. He's facing over 120 allegations, accusing him of horrific acts. This isn't just about one man, though. This is about a pattern. Diddy's case echoes other scandals that have shaken our society. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein. These names are now synonymous with abuse, exploitation, and a system that protected predators for far too long. These men, like Diddy, were at the pinnacle of their respective industries. They wielded influence like a weapon, silencing their victims and evading accountability. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, love him or hate him, his impact on hip-hop and culture is undeniable. From his early days as a record executive to his own music career and entrepreneurial ventures, Diddy built an empire. He became synonymous with success, with excess, with a lifestyle that many aspired to. His brand, Bad Boy Entertainment, seemed to revel in a kind of rebellious spirit. It played with the image of the outlaw, the rule breaker. But there's a difference between a carefully crafted image and the grim reality of the allegations against him. The accusations paint a picture of a man who used his power to control and manipulate, a man who allegedly orchestrated events designed to exploit and abuse. This is where the carefully constructed persona begins to crumble, and we're left to grapple with the stark contrast. The stories of Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein are still fresh in our minds, their trials exposing the dark underbelly of power and influence. These men, like Diddy, were surrounded by people who enabled their behavior. Assistants, employees, even friends and colleagues, they all played a role, whether through active participation or willful ignorance. The question that haunts us is, how could this go on for so long? How could so many people stay silent while others suffered? The answer, unfortunately, is complex. Fear undoubtedly played a part. These men were powerful and ruthless. They could make or break careers with a single phone call. They had the money and resources to silence anyone who dared to speak out. But there were other factors at play too. Loyalty, perhaps misplaced, kept some tethered to these men. Others were blinded by the allure of their lifestyle. The parties, the connections, the illusion of being part of something exclusive and exciting. Diddy's case, however, takes on a particularly unsettling dimension with the alleged freak-offs. This isn't just about isolated incidents of abuse. These were allegedly orchestrated events, carefully planned and executed, where exploitation was the whole point. The term itself, freak-off, is a chilling example of how language can be used to normalize the abhorrent. Imagine being invited to a party, expecting a night of fun and celebration, only to find yourself trapped in a nightmare. That's the reality the alleged victims of these freak-offs are describing. They speak of being drugged, assaulted and humiliated. Their cries for help ignored or met with further threats. The sheer number of alleged victims, over 120, is staggering. It suggests a pattern of behavior that was not only known, but accepted, even encouraged within Diddy's inner circle. It paints a picture of an environment where power was absolute, and those who dared to challenge it were swiftly and brutally silenced. Section 2, the culture of silence, fear, loyalty, and the allure of power. How could such a culture of abuse fester? Fear, loyalty, and the allure of power. Young, ambitious, and eager to please, drawn by wealth, fame, and charisma, overlooked his darker side to stay in his circle. Fear was a powerful motivator. Diddy's ruthless reputation. Crossing him could end careers. Speaking out had devastating consequences. Loyalty blurred lines between right and wrong. Section 3, the weight of whispers, rumors, speculation, and the court of public opinion. Diddy's case, like those of Weinstein and Epstein before him, has sparked a wave of rumors and speculation. Social media is ablaze with accusations, theories, and counter-arguments. Some people are quick to condemn, while others fiercely defend him. citing his philanthropy, his business acumen, his undeniable impact on the music industry. It's important to remember that Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. The legal process must be allowed to run its course, and we must be wary of rushing to judgment based on social media narratives. However, it's also crucial to acknowledge that these allegations are deeply disturbing and cannot be simply dismissed as cancel culture or attempts to tarnish a successful black man. The sheer number and consistency of the accusations, coupled with the detailed accounts provided by alleged victims, demand our attention. This isn't about taking sides, it's about seeking the truth and ensuring that justice is served. Section 4, Diddy and the Jackson connection, debunking the conspiracy theories. A bizarre claim suggests a secret tunnel connecting Diddy's home to Michael Jackson's. Viral posts even hint at a cover-up involving children's clothing. These claims have been debunked by fact-checkers and law enforcement. No evidence supports the tunnel's existence, and Jackson's case is closed. The power of perception. Diddy's carefully cultivated image. Diddy, throughout his career, has masterfully curated a public persona that exudes success, confidence, and a certain kind of rebellious charm. He's the epitome of the self-made mogul, rising from humble beginnings to become a global icon. His bad boy image, while seemingly embracing a disregard for rules, was always carefully packaged, a marketing strategy more than a reflection of his true nature. This carefully crafted persona has for years shielded him from serious scrutiny. His success, his philanthropy, his undeniable influence, these became the lenses through which we viewed him, overshadowing any whispers of wrongdoing that may have surfaced. The power of perception is a double-edged sword. It can elevate individuals to extraordinary heights, creating an aura of invincibility, but it can also blind us to the truth, making it easier to dismiss or rationalize away behavior that contradicts the carefully constructed narrative. The price of silence. Examining the motivations for complicity. The allegations against Diddy, however, force us to confront an uncomfortable truth: that success often comes at a price, and that price is often paid by those with the least power. The individuals who allegedly participated in or witnessed the freak-offs were not simply bystanders, they were complicit in a system that enabled and perpetuated abuse. Their motivations for silence are complex and varied. For some, it was fear of retaliation. Diddy's power and influence were undeniable. Crossing him could have meant career suicide. Others may have been driven by a misplaced sense of loyalty, blinded by his charisma and the allure of being part of his inner circle. Still, others may have convinced themselves that they were simply following orders, that they had no choice but to comply. The price of silence, however, is always steep. It perpetuates a culture of abuse, silences victims, and allows predators to operate with impunity. The illusion of untouchability enabling factors in high-profile cases. Diddy's case, unfortunately, is not unique. We've seen this pattern play out time and again, from Hollywood to Wall Street to the highest echelons of government. Powerful individuals, often surrounded by enablers and protected by systems that prioritize reputation over accountability, are able to operate with impunity for years, even decades. Their wealth buys them silence, their influence shields them from scrutiny, and their carefully cultivated public personas create a buffer against accusations. The illusion of untouchability is a powerful force. It emboldens predators, discourages victims from coming forward, and creates a culture of complicity that allows abuse to flourish. It's a stark reminder that power without accountability is a dangerous and corrosive force. Section 4, From Whispers to Outrage, the shifting landscape of accountability. We are witnessing a cultural shift. Powerful individuals can no longer operate with impunity. Social media and the #MeToo movement have created a climate where victims come forward. Society is less willing to tolerate abuse. Whispers are now amplified, forcing a reckoning. This shift is not without challenges. We must avoid rushing to judgment, allow the legal process to unfold fairly, Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. We must not be silenced by those protecting the status quo. Listen to victims, believe their stories, and hold those in power accountable. Section 1, the seduction of silence, navigating the complexities of complicity. The allegations against Diddy, with their disturbing details of orchestrated abuse and exploitation, force us to confront a deeply unsettling question. Why would anyone stay silent in the face of such horrors? The answer, as with many things in life, is far more nuanced than a simple black and white narrative. Complicity, in cases like this, often stems not from overt malice, but from a complex interplay of fear, self-preservation, and a gradual erosion of moral boundaries. Imagine being a young, aspiring artist, dancer, or entrepreneur invited into Diddy's inner circle. The allure is undeniable. The parties, the connections, the promise of success, and a life beyond your wildest dreams. But this world, as the allegations suggest, also had a dark underbelly, one where silence was expected and dissent was swiftly and brutally punished. Section 2, Beyond Fear. The tangled web of loyalty, ambition, and denial. Fear undoubtedly played a significant role in silencing those who witnessed or experienced Diddy's alleged freak-offs. The man had built an empire on his own terms, amassing wealth, power, and a reputation for ruthlessness that preceded him. Crossing him could mean career suicide, blacklisting from the industry he controlled, and a level of social and professional ostracization that few could withstand. But fear alone cannot fully explain the pervasiveness of silence. Loyalty, often misplaced and exploited, played its part as well. Those who had benefited from Diddy's patronage, who owed their careers or social standing to his influence, may have felt a sense of indebtedness, a misguided obligation to protect their benefactor, even in the face of monstrous allegations. Section 3. The weight of evidence. Separating fact from fiction in the digital age. Diddy's case, like so many high-profile scandals in the age of social media, has unfolded against a backdrop of relentless speculation, rumor-mongering, and outright fabrications. The internet, for all its virtues, has become a breeding ground for misinformation, where accusations spread like wildfire and unfounded theories take root with alarming speed. The challenge we face as consumers of information is to navigate this digital minefield with discernment, to separate fact from fiction and to avoid rushing to judgment based on unsubstantiated claims. The allegations against Diddy are serious and disturbing, and they deserve a thorough and impartial investigation. But we must also remember that he is innocent until proven guilty, and that the court of public opinion, while a powerful force, should not be the ultimate arbiter of justice. Section 4. The price of speaking out. Retaliation, blacklisting, and the cost of truth. For those who did find the courage to speak out against Diddy, the price of truth could be devastating. The music industry, despite its outward veneer of glamour and rebellion, is built on a foundation of power dynamics where those at the top often operate with impunity and those who challenge the status quo risk their livelihoods and reputations. Retaliation could take many forms. Blacklisting from lucrative projects, smear campaigns designed to destroy reputations, even threats of violence or legal action. The message was clear: stay silent or face the consequences. This culture of fear and intimidation served to protect not only Diddy, but also the broader system that enabled his alleged behavior. It created a chilling effect, discouraging others from coming forward and perpetuating a cycle of abuse that could continue unchecked for years. Section 5. A culture of change towards a future of accountability and justice. The allegations against Diddy, while deeply troubling, also represent a potential turning point. We are living in an era where the traditional power structures that once shielded abusers are beginning to crumble. The #MeToo movement, for all its imperfections, has empowered survivors to come forward, to share their stories, and to demand accountability from those who have wronged them. The music industry, like all industries, must reckon with its own history of enabling and protecting abusers. This requires a fundamental shift in culture, one that prioritizes transparency, accountability, and the safety and well-being of all individuals, regardless of their position or power. It's a long and arduous journey, but one that we must undertake if we hope to create a future where such allegations are not only taken seriously, but are met with swift and decisive action. The digital age, for all its advancements, has also ushered in an era of information overload, where discerning fact from fiction can feel like navigating a labyrinth with constantly shifting walls. The allegations against Diddy, already deeply unsettling, have been further complicated by a torrent of online speculation, much of it bordering on the absurd. The alleged secret tunnel connecting Diddy's home to Michael Jackson's former residence is a prime example of how easily speculation can overshadow substance. This theory, lacking any credible evidence, nevertheless gained traction online, fueled by sensationalized headlines, anonymous insider accounts, and a public seemingly hungry for scandal regardless of its veracity. This distortion of reality is not merely a harmless byproduct of our hyper-connected world, it has real-world consequences. It detracts from the serious allegations at hand, diverting attention and energy away from the pursuit of truth and justice. The internet, with its promise of anonymity, has become a breeding ground for unsubstantiated claims and outright fabrications. The Diddy case has been particularly susceptible to this phenomenon, with numerous anonymous sources emerging to offer salacious details, often contradicting each other or lacking any verifiable evidence to support their claims. While some anonymous sources may genuinely be acting out of a desire to expose wrongdoing or protect their identities, many are motivated by less noble intentions, seeking attention, financial gain, or even malicious intent to damage reputations. This reliance on unverifiable information poses a significant challenge to our collective understanding of truth and accountability. It creates a climate of suspicion and distrust, where any claim, no matter how outlandish, can gain traction if it aligns with pre-existing biases or feeds into a culture of online outrage. The attempt to link Diddy to Michael Jackson's death through the alleged secret tunnel and the equally unsubstantiated claims of recovered children's clothing represents a particularly egregious example of exploiting tragedy for clicks and conspiracy. Jackson's legacy, already marred by controversy and pain, is further tarnished by these baseless accusations. It's a stark reminder that in the pursuit of online notoriety, some are willing to trample on the graves of others, exploiting tragedy and trauma for personal gain. This type of digital grave robbing not only disrespects the deceased, but also detracts from the very real issues at hand. In this case, the serious allegations against Diddy and the need to ensure that justice is served regardless of the outcome. Section 4. Recentering the narrative, the importance of evidence-based discourse. As we navigate the murky waters of online information, it's crucial to remember that not all claims are created equal. We must develop a critical eye, questioning sources, evaluating evidence, and resisting the urge to accept sensationalized narratives at face value. The Diddy case, with its complex web of allegations, speculation, and outright fabrications, highlights the importance of evidence-based discourse. We cannot allow our collective understanding of this case, or any other, to be shaped by unfounded rumors, anonymous whispers, or the manipulative agendas of those seeking to exploit tragedy for personal gain. Recentering the narrative requires a collective effort, from individuals demanding better from their news sources to social media platforms taking responsibility for the spread of misinformation, to a cultural shift that values critical thinking over knee-jerk reactions. Section 1. The enduring allure and peril of power, a tale as old as time. Allegations against Diddy, while shocking, are not novel in history. From ancient empires to modern corporations, power unchecked leads to exploitation. Names and faces change, but the dynamics remain consistent. Power, coupled with wealth and fame, creates a sense of invincibility. Diddy's story reminds us that power without accountability is dangerous. Breaking the cycle of silence. Why stay silent in the face of wrongdoing? Fear, loyalty, ambition, and societal conditioning often reward silence. We must create a culture where speaking truth to power is valued. Foster safe environments for victims to come forward. Meet their stories with compassion and support. Challenge systems that perpetuate power imbalances. Demand transparency and accountability from those in power. Section 3, towards a future of true accountability where justice and transparency prevail. The road to true accountability is long and winding, paved with difficult conversations and systemic changes. It requires a shift in how we view power, moving towards shared responsibility. The legal system remains crucial in this pursuit of justice. No one, regardless of wealth or status, is above the law.